Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the pool at Vineland High School 910 building. So we've got another duel in the pool, if you will, between the Fighting Clan of Vineland and the Falcons of Oakcrest. Kyle Bennett with you, and I have a special guest on tonight's broadcast, one of Vineland's own, an alumni and a record holder here at the pool. One Lena Luciano joins me. Lena, welcome to Vineland Public Broadcasting.
Thank you so much. It's so lovely to be here again. The energy tonight is amazing, as always. Whew.
Brings back those memories.
It does. It really does. Just standing here gives me like adrenaline. Just
right.
Like watching. Yeah. So
we've got a good one tonight. We're obviously going to start with the girls 200 medley relay as the girls enter the pool. In lane 3 for Vineland, it'll be Ava Cohen, Gabby Brown, Ileana Figueroa, and Rebecca Bermudez. In lane 5, it'll be Emma Negron, Angelina Saltar, Aliana Tu, and Layla Jeanette. As the girls are underway. And in lane 1, it's Giovanna Arquetto, Devin Shaw, Avari Jordan, and Olivia Smith. Girls hit their first turn here for backstroke. Good turns all around for Vineland.
pretty even across the board so far.
Keeping a good pace is Oakcrest, so it's not going to be one of those, just given to you on a silver platter. Vineland's going to have to earn this one, and obviously you want to take 1-2 if you can, but if you can win 1 and 3, that's ideal to start off the meet. As the breaststrokers are now in the pool, in lane 3, it's Gabby Brown. In lane 5, it's Angelina Saltar. And in lane 1, it's Devin Shaw. Great turn from Gabby.
Starting to inch out just a bit.
As Ileana Figueroa gets set to enter the pool in lane 3 for Vineland. Oakcrest finishes second there in the breaststroke leg, followed by Aliana Tu in lane 5. And Avari Jordan, the freshman.
Very strong underwater from Aliana.
And a great turn, good underwater kick. Pulls about a body length and a little more ahead. A strong leg here from Ileana Figueroa, as Rebecca Bermudez is going to anchor this one here for Vineland in lane 3. Oakcrest now in the pool. And Layla Jeanette in the water in lane 5 for Vineland's B relay. And Olivia Smith getting set to enter the water in lane 1 for Vineland. Rebecca Bermudez with a strong finish as the anchor there, and Vineland's going to come in first place in lane 3 with a 2:19.02. Oakcrest will take second. Vineland pulls up in third. Oakcrest finishes with a 2:26.60, and Vineland comes in with a 2:27.31. So a 1-3 finish there for the Fighting Clan, a strong start to this meet. And for everybody at home, you can't sweep a relay. If you didn't know, now you know. And Vineland C relay in lane 1 finishes with a 2:45.96.
Not a bad start at all, 1-3-4.
And lane 2 for Oakcrest finishes up the girls 200 medley relay at a 3:08.25, which brings up the boys 200 medley relay. In lane 3, it'll be Drew Monero, Tyler Chong, Cashton Hampton, and Dominic Martin. In lane 5, it'll be Michael Pantaleone, Evan Profera, the freshman, Dante Giuliani, and Robbie Bono. And in lane 1, Gio Gonzalez, Nathan Chong, Colin Chong, and Josiah Gomez. And the boys are underway. Great starts across the board for the boys. Drew Monero goes into his turn, followed by Oakcrest, shortly followed by Michael Pantaleone. In lane 3, it's going to be Tyler Chong. In lane 5, it'll be Evan Profera. And in the pool in lane 1 is Nathan Chong now, as everybody at their breaststroke legs. So Oakcrest kind of pulls ahead here. It'll be Cashton Hampton for Butterfly in lane 3, and Dante Giuliani in lane 5, and Colin Chong in lane 1. See if Cashton can turn on the burners, kind of close this gap a little bit. So it'll be Dominic Martin at the anchor doing the freestyle leg for this medley relay in lane 3. Across the board, it'll be Dominic Martin, Robbie Bono, and Josiah Gomez. So Oakcrest pulled away in the breaststroke leg a little bit and never looked back. They're going to come away with first place. Not sure if we'll get the official time because buzzer was pushed on the scoreboard prematurely, but Vineland will come in second. A nice finishing leg there. Sub 30 for Vineland, and they'll finish at a 2:14.67 for their A relay in lane 5. A third place finish at 2:23.32. Coming in strong is Josiah Gomez in lane 1 for Vineland, which will put a bow on the 200 medley relay. Which will bring up the 200 freestyle for the girls.
We have Haley Jones in lane 3, Elena Bono in lane 5, and Holly Karpaloric in lane 1. Let's see.
And the girls 200 freestyle underway. An event that's familiar in your family. Is your
It
sister
is.
the record holder in yards for this event?
Definitely one of a family favorite, family favorite event. Definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, for everybody at home, kind of talk them through what the 200 freestyle is like, because it is kind of a distance event. It's kind of a sprint event, and you have to find that perfect pace for yourself in order to
Yeah.
get through it properly.
It's definitely, you have to practice it a lot to get good at it. You can't just dive in the pool and expect to, bust out an amazing time on the 200 free. I would say the first 100 feels pretty easy, if you don't go out too fast, that is. And the third 50 is where your legs absolutely die. And then the last 50, you kind of have to bring it home and push it and just turn the burners on and see what happens. But yeah, definitely a lot of practice for this event.
And it's an event that is arguably, your flip turns are the most important in the 200
Yes.
freestyle more than any event.
I would agree with that for sure. Vineland is pulling out ahead in lane 3, it seems.
Haley Jones, a good pace going. Elena Bono right there in lane 5. Final turn here.
Let's see if Elena can pull ahead lane 4.
A good turn there by Elena going into this final 50. And Holly is right there in lane 1. Kind of neck and neck with Oakcrest swimmer in lane 2. Elena's going to have to hit this turn.
Lane 1 seems to be pulling out ahead now.
So Haley Jones should finish firmly in first place. Elena's going to have to dig deep here in this final stretch, but it looks like she's got enough in the tank. And Vineland's going to go 1-2 in the 200 freestyle, courtesy of Haley Jones and Elena Bono, going 2:43.42 and 2:45.76 respectively.
Pulled it out.
Holly
lane
pulls
1.
in lane 1 with a 4th place finish at a 2:55.37. Oakcrest will take 3 and 5, and that's a great event there for the Fighting Clan to go 1-2-4 in the 200 freestyle. And that'll bring up the boys 200 freestyle to be Dom Mercado in lane 3, Evan Profera in lane 5, and Gio Gonzalez in lane 1. Boys are off, and we talked about it, how flip turns are super important in this
Super
event,
important.
and Elena put that on full display there. That final turn down here at the deep end, she hits that and then hits a perfect turn for her final flip turn to pull ahead, and had just enough gas in the tank to kind of pull ahead with her kick and a strong pull
She nailed it.
to finish with that 1-2 finish and a 1-2-4 overall for the girls. And we'll see if the boys can replicate that success here in the 200 freestyle.
Very close start.
Good pace for both Oakcrest swimmer in lane 4 and for Dom Mercado in lane 3 for Vineland. And a great turn there by Oakcrest. Dom going to have to pick up the pace a little bit here. About 3 seconds behind at the 100 of Oakcrest swimmer in lane 4. And Evan Profera holding up strong in lane 5. So right now, Vineland would finish 2-3. And they are also holding on to 4th place right now with Gio Gonzalez in lane 1, ahead of both Oakcrest swimmers in lane 2 and in lane 6.
This is the last turn.
I believe so. So Oakcrest firmly in first place now, couple of body lengths ahead of Vineland. So they'll be taking the first place points. Vineland's going to go 2-3 in some order of Dom Mercado and Evan Profera. However that shakes itself out. Looks like Dom is going to have enough to finish in second place as Oakcrest touches first at 2:18.62. That'll be Dom Mercado at a 2:26.23. And Evan Profera at a 2:30.87. Vineland will take 4th as well as Gio Gonzalez goes 2:47.88. At least that's what it said before it started a running clock again. And then Oakcrest will pull up in 5th and 6th place in lanes 2 and 6. So 2-3-4 for Vineland here in the 200. They go 2-3 in the medley relay. And that'll bring up the girls 200 IM.
The 200 IM, we have Olivia Masucci in lane 3, Eliana 2 in lane 5, and Olivia Elliott in lane 1.
Olivia Masucci, one of the new freshmen that are going to make some noise on this girls fighting clan
For sure.
roster.
She's my cousin.
There
so
we go.
This is definitely one of the harder events in my opinion, only because it has breaststroke in it.
Yes.
And that is very tough stroke for some people.
I was a 200 IMer in high school, and it was brutal. Some days were harder than others, but you make it through, and
For sure.
it's definitely a big pace event and learning to pace yourself properly. And the girls are off for the 200 IM. But you are right, that breaststroke leg can either make or break you one way or the other in the
For
200
sure.
IM. So in most instances, if you're swimming the IM, you're a pretty strong butterflyer, you're a pretty strong backstroker. You know how to handle yourself in an oxygen-depleted 50 freestyle at the back end. And it's kind of just a slugfest trying to get through that 50 breaststroke.
You definitely have to have a good foundation for breaststroke to be a really good IMer. And that's definitely what I struggled with, I'd say.
I always said if the IM was just butterfly, backstroke, and freestyle, I could probably be on the record board. But it was always breaststroke that got me. As Olivia Masucci off to a strong start. Good turns so far across the board in the early stages of this IM for her. Eliana 2 keeping pace, currently in 3rd. And here is that breaststroke leg.
Still keeping a good length ahead.
got a good glide following in on her kick. Getting her head down at the right time. Breaststroke is such a timing stroke, too, that
100%.
if your timing is off, it can kind of throw your entire race off, no matter if it's a leg in a relay, the IM, or just breaststroke in general. So good pace, good timing there by Olivia in lane 3 as she hits this final turn to head into the freestyle leg.
Very powerful kick.
Oakcrest in lane 4, now on to freestyle, followed by Eliana 2, who's got an opportunity if she can hit a turn here. Her kick is looking strong for freestyle. If she can hit the turn here and keep that pace, she could potentially catch Oakcrest swimmer in lane 4. We'll see how it shakes out. She's about a body length behind. As Olivia Masucci finishes in first place at a 2:38.28. Oakcrest will take second in lane 4. A strong swim there by the Falcons A-lane swimmer at a 2:49.85. And Eliana 2 finishes in third at 2:53.84. And Olivia Elliott in lane 1 comes up in fourth place for the Fighting Clan at 2:57.25. So a 1:34 finish there for Vineland, and another strong event for the girls as the boys get set for the 200 IM. It'll be Michael Giardino in lane 3, Drew Monero in lane 5, and Michael Pantaleone in lane 1. And the boys' 200 IM is underway. Boys still looking for their first place finish of this meet. We'll see if Giardino can make some magic happen.
Very strong starts all across the board.
To the backstroke leg now, and Vineland's got themselves an intra-squad duel between in lane 5 Drew Monero and in lane 1 Michael Pantaleone, along with Oakcrest swimmer in lane 4 and in lane 2, keeping pace just a little bit behind there.
Lane 5 is starting to pull ahead from lane 4, and lane 1 is just right there.
Strong turn into the breaststroke leg there for Giardino. And a pivotal breaststroke leg here for Drew Monero. If he can just hold pace, kind of stay, a quarter of a body length behind here, maybe keep pace off the turn. He's poised for a strong finish in the freestyle leg. Giardino touches at a 41.71 for his breaststroke split. He's on to freestyle, and Vineland poised to take first place here comfortably in the 200 IM. And it's going to be an all-out battle here for second, third, fourth, and fifth. As it's going to be an all-out 50 sprint here to see who finishes where.
Michael Giordano comfortably finishes first with 2:21.46.
Great swim for him. And a great turn by Monero in lane 5, puts him ahead. He's got to keep the burners on as lane 2 not quitting. Oakcrest finishes in second with a 2:42.79. Drew Monero finishes in third at a 2:45.22. And Oakcrest will take fourth in lane 2 according to the scoreboard at a 2:47.57. And lane 1 for Vineland was Michael Pantaleone will take fifth at 2:51.37. And Oakcrest finishing up strong in lane 6. And they're off. Complete opposite of the races you were accustomed to swimming at your time here at Vineland.
Definitely not my strongest, but
it's an all-out sprint. See who can hold their breath the longest and hit that oh-so-pivotal turn.
Yep, I was about to say, the turn is definitely also very important in the 50, make or break. It seems like Vineland, lane 3, wants to finish first. There we go.
Rebecca Bermuda is a strong swim there in lane 3 with a 31:11 finish for first place. Oakcrest will take second at 31:63. Emma Negron in lane 5 goes a 32:32 to come in third. Oakcrest will take fourth at a 36:12. And Juliana Torres in lane 1 for Vineland takes fifth at 42:25.
For the boys 50 free, we have Cashin Hampton in lane 3, Michael DeVito in lane 5, and Dominic Martin in lane 1.
This will be a big one going into the break. See how Vineland can fare here in the 50 freestyle. The boys are off. See if they can hit that turn. Oakcrest out in front in first place. Vineland holding strong. That'll be a first place finish for the Falcons, followed by Vineland in lane 3 in second place, and third place, and fourth place for the Fighting Clan. So they go 2, 3, 4 as Cashin Hampton comes in with a 27.81. With a 28.67 is Michael DeVito, and Dominic Martin finishes in fourth at a 29.74.
Very good across the board.
Solid swim there for the Fighting Clan. Good, momentum going into the break, which we will take a quick break during the intermission. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Vineland Varsity Swimming right here on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. And welcome back, everybody, to the pool here at Vineland High School at the 910 building. Kyle Bennett, Lena Luciano with you on the broadcast. And as we get set for the second half of the meet, the longer amount of events, I should say. What are your takeaways so far, Lena, your first broadcast, and just kind of taking in how the meet has transpired so far for both the girls and the boys? What have you taken away so far?
I never really get to see a meet from this angle before. Like I was usually the one like swimming, so it's definitely exciting, like a different kind of excitement. So I'm having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it.
A lot of your former teammates as well, and the girls off to a fantastic start so far in this one.
Definitely hyped. Yep.
As they'll be looking to build upon this as the 100 fly is up next, and it will be just making sure everything is in line, and it is. So it'll be Ileana Figueroa in lane 3, Ariana Frankakis in lane 5, and Avari Jordan in lane 1. Two more of those brand new freshmen on this Fighting Clan roster that are poised to make some noise, according to head coach Mike Schneider. And we'll see if the girls can continue adding to this lead here against Oakcrest.
Very good lead so far.
Yeah, according to our scoreboard here at the pool, I believe the girls' score is the one displayed right now. It's 43-18 in favor of Vineland. As swimmers step up on the block. Oakcrest with only one swimmer in this event. They are in lane 4. And I think the way the 100 fly, the way that it's stacked right now for Vineland with Ileana Figueroa, junior in lane 3, coupled with 2 freshmen, to have an upperclassman to kind of teach you the ropes a little bit about the 100 free at the high school level and how to pace yourself properly in a meet. I think that is so beneficial from myself being a 100 butterflyer and learning from my upperclassmen when I came in as a freshman and as a sophomore, and kind of learning the ropes on how to swim the event properly, and then being able to teach the freshmen and sophomores that came in after me that were in the event as well. I think it's so beneficial for both Ariana and Avari to learn from somebody like Ileana in this event. As this event is the longest standing record here at Vineland High School for swimming, set by Lisa Iori back in 1980. As Ileana Figueroa comes in first place at a 1:14.29. Ariana Frankakis comes in at a 1:19.20 in lane 5. And Avari Jordan in lane 1 comes in third at a 1:33.52. And Oakcrest in lane 4 with a 1:38.71. Strong swim, strong event there from the girls as we get set for the boys' 100 butterfly.
For the boys 100 fly, we have Michael Giordino in lane 3, Cashin Hampton in lane 5, and Dante Giulani in lane 1.
This is an event that the boys' head coach, Sarah Bennett, my sister, takes special attention to detail to. She was a 100 butterflyer herself, both in high school and in college. Solid turns there. Giardino always strong off the walls no matter what event he's swimming. And a strong first 50 at a 31.01. About 0.7 of a second ahead of Oakcrest in lane 4. Cashton Hampton in lane 5, swimming a strong race himself. Looking to put some critical points on the board for the Fighting Clan as Giardino. I could watch him do flip turns all day, every day.
Very powerful flip turns, yes.
They're powerful, but they're so smooth. As he's going to come up in first place in lane 3 with a 105.52. Oakcrest will take second in lane 4, followed not shortly after Cashton Hampton with a third place finish in lane 5. Cashton goes a 115.17, Oakcrest with a 112.11. And Vineland in lane 1, Dante Giuliani with a fourth place finish at 123.15. So Vineland, a strong event here, a much needed 1-3-4 finish for the Fighting Clan as they look to stockpile some more points together. As Oakcrest comes in 5th in lane 2 at a 139.58. But a 1-3-4 finish, I know Coach Sarah Bennett will take that every day of the week. As we get set for the girls 100 freestyle, we do have a couple of changes from the original meet sheet. It'll be Lena Smith in lane 1. In lane 3, it'll be Isabella Saltar. And in lane 5, it will be, trying to find the last name, Giovanna Arquetto. In lane 1, Lena Smith. It is her birthday today, so happy birthday to Lena. And the 100 freestyle underway. Another one of those sprint events that the turns matter so much, along with your underwater kick off of those walls. But I think even more important in this as compared to the 50 is your breath control in the 100 freestyle and being able to kind of pace yourself breathing-wise where you don't want to breathe too much, but you also don't want to hold your breath the entire time.
Yep. Some swimmers make the mistake of accidentally holding their breath the first 50 and then crashing on the second 50. So don't want that to happen.
As Isabella Saltar off to a great start in lane 3, Oakcrest in lane 4.
Lena Smith also very tied with lane 3.
That would be huge for the girls to come up with a 1-2 finish here in the 100 free, and they very much look like they are destined to do that, as it'll be Isabella Saltar finishing in first at a 105.75. The birthday girl, Lena Smith, at a 106.18. Oakcrest in lane 4 finishing in third at 111.32.
Seems Giovanna Arquetto is going to finish 4th in lane 5 at 125.45.
So a 1-2-4 finish for the girls in the 100 freestyle for Vineland. It's great points there as they look to add on to that total. Oakcrest finishes in 5th, in lane 2 at a 138.51, and in lane 6 at a 140.97, which brings us to the boys 100 freestyle.
For the boys 100 freestyle, we have Nick Monero in lane 3, Dominic Martin in lane 5, and Michael DeVito in lane 1.
It's a big event for the boys. Try to recoup some of those missed first place finishes early on in the meet. So they're underway here. First flip turn going to be critical here. Pretty solid across the board as Vineland has a millimeter of a lead in lane 3. Oakcrest in lane 4. A strong start to the first 50 here. Vineland's going to flip first.
Very good turn. Pull out a little bit in front of lane 4.
About 0.2 of a second ahead of lane 4 on the turn. Is Nick Monero. He's going to have to hit this turn hard. They flip almost simultaneously.
Very neck and neck.
It's going to be close. And so close. Oakcrest edges out by 0.02.
That's crazy.
A strong finish by the Oakcrest Falcons A-lane swimmer to go 101.68. Nick Monero goes a 101.70 in lane 3. 104.89 in lane 1 is the time for Michael DeVito. Oakcrest in lane 2 finishes 4th at a 109.64. Dominic Martin in lane 5 takes 5th at a 120.43, and in lane 6 for Oakcrest a 131.49. Great race there, 0.02, and that is where races can be won and lost, is those finishes. How hard or not hard you hit your turns. But a great race nonetheless by Oakcrest lane 4 swimmer and Nick Monero from Vineland as we get set for your event.
400 freestyle. Maybe biased, but very anticipated event.
As it will be. Make sure we have everybody correct. So one change, it will be Haley Jones in lane 3, Layla Jeanette in lane 1.
And Leah Macho in lane 5. This event is all about pacing, all about kick and arm strokes. I was never the best turner, which is why this event allowed me to do 16, so I always had an opportunity to make it up. One of the reasons why it was my favorite.
I swam the 400 freestyle most of my freshman year and then a little into my sophomore year as well. It was kind of my pace event to kind of help me with the IM. I was never the best at it. And then, of course, my senior year rolls around and my assistant coach, Jack O'Donnell, says, you know, Kyle, if we kept you in sprint your entire high school career, you probably could have broke the 50 record with your kick alone. I was like, thanks, Jack. Would have loved to have dethroned Joe Dunphy, a record held since 2004.
2004.
But Joe Dunphy's name still stands on that record board as one of the older records for the boys. The oldest being Brian Forrest in the 100 breaststroke, set back in 1989. And obviously this was your event, Lena, but There is such a drastic difference, too, between the 400 freestyle that we swim here at our home pool, being a meter pool, and the 500 freestyle, which you hold the record in, that you set back in 2022, which is the yards version of this event. What is kind of the difference from your perspective of just swimming the event? What are some similarities and differences of the 400 versus the 500?
I would say the turns thing. So I will admit, yes, my turns were not the strongest thing about me in swimming. So I did prefer the 400 meters because there was less turns than the 500 yards. And also the 500 yards is 65 meters or meters longer than the 400 meters. So it is a bit of a longer race, and it's more laps. So yeah, I prefer the 400 meters. In an event like this also, you want, send them off first.
And they are underway for the longest event of the meet.
You want to try and pace yourself with the person next to you, but not to the point where you know that you're going to run out of fuel in the beginning of the race.
Right.
If you go out on a very high time compared to your other 100 times in this event, then you most likely won't be able to make it back in the best time that you could.
It is a huge consistency event, too. You want to try to stay as consistent as possible from 50 to 50, 100 to 100.
Have all the splits be the same. Maybe only slightly faster on the first 50 and a little bit faster on the last.
And it is Leah Macho out to a strong start here early in this 400 freestyle out in lane 5.
Very good underwaters from Leah. Love watching the team spirit on the counter side too.
I think being a counter is one of the most underrated jobs of a meet.
It is. You have to know how to signal the swimmer. If they need to go faster, if they need to go, maybe tone it down a little bit even. So very important.
Because you're not only watching the person you're counting for, you're also kind of keeping an eye on who's close to them in relative of where they are. And trying to get them to pick up their pace because, you know, somebody in lane 2 is ahead of somebody in lane 5 and trying to get them to go. And
the counters have to be almost just as strategic as the swimmers themselves do. So definitely an underrated job.
Leah Macho at a 2:30.36 at the halfway point.
Very strong lead.
The 400 freestyle record held by my former teammate Anne-Marie Roberti, set in 2011 at a 4:34.19. I stand corrected. Lena broke that last year. They just haven't changed the records because they haven't changed the boys either, because I know Michael Giardino has the boys record as well. What was your overall final record time?
It was a 4:33.19, so
Just
a second.
Look at that. That's all you need. Good consistency from Leah Macho in lane 5.
Picking up the kick. Last 50 for Leah.
I just had head coach Mike Schneider shoot me a text with your record-breaking time of 4:33.17.
Oh, 17. Okay.
So you got her by 102 there. Great final 50 there by Leah Macho. Finishes strong, a 34.71 to go 5:04.15 and take first place for the girls. She cut about 6 seconds off.
Beautiful.
Of her penultimate 50 to her final 50. A great strong swim there. Oakcrest will take second at a 5:18.18 in lane 4. Haley Jones finishing up strong in lane 3 on her final lap. And a 5:46.40 is the time for one Haley Jones in lane 3. And a 6:11.87 for Layla Jeanette in lane 1. And a strong finish by Oakcrest in lane 2. For a 6:33.65. Oops, she's got one more lap. See, this is why counters are important. Sometimes we even need them up here. I'm still so impressed how Leah Macho negative split her final 50 by 6 seconds.
A lot of time for a negative split.
Especially in the 400 freestyle.
Oh, a lot of energy left in the tank.
By that time, you're typically gassed. And
yeah.
She turned the burners on and saved her best for last there. Oakcrest finishes strong in lane 2 with 7:32.36. We get set for the boys 400 freestyle.
Boys 400 freestyle. Lane 3, Dom Mercado. Lane 5, Gio Gonzalez. And lane 1, Robbie Bono.
I think not sure if her counter miscounted or what happened there.
Yeah.
So I saw them signaling for like her to stop, but wasn't sure if it was to actually stop. touchpad signaled for the finish time, but nonetheless, strong finish there.
Finish.
Great job. Lane 2 for Oakcrest. And the boys are underway. Like you mentioned, it's Dom Mercado in lane 3, Gio Gonzalez in lane 5, and Robbie Bono in lane 1. So no Giardino tonight in the 400 freestyle.
But he's counting, which is also a very important role. So
he probably told him, I said, I'm being involved in this one way or another, coach.
very strong start for Vineland.
Good pacing all around. And with Gio's height in lane 5, he is poised to be very solid at the 400 freestyle just because he has the length and he's got that arm span to kind of just pull ahead of most swimmers that are, you know, in a 400 freestyle trying to potentially maybe chop the water if they're not accustomed to swimming the long distance. But Gio's got that long arm strength with his height to make him kind of lethal in this event.
But, yep, definitely a solid configuration to have.
Because with his turns alone, the way he can kind of just push off the wall, his height alone is giving him half a body length right now in terms of pace with Oakcrest swimmer in lane 4. We'll see how hard he can hit this turn to maybe close some ground even more.
Definitely closing in.
Picked up about maybe a quarter of a body length on that turn. They are neck and neck now following that last turn there. Gio is pulled ahead here, using his turns and his height to his advantage. It's a huge thing that you can't teach height.
Can't teach height, nope.
Another quality turn there in lane 3 by Dom Mercado as he's got a nice grasp on first place currently.
Nice consistency within the splits so far.
Gio extending his lead over lane 4 right now as he is your lane 5 swimmer for Vineland. And if our scoreboard scoring is correct, Vineland currently has a 53-41 lead in the overall meet score for the boys. Because Giardino just got told that his counting board is backwards.
Backwards. He's fixing it now, though, so it's okay.
It's like, I'm not used to this. I'm normally in the water for this event. Now, when you swam this event in your counter, would you rather them hold up the 15, or did you want kind of the blank on that final lap?
Ooh, I think the blank, because it feels much more liberating just to see like done, nothing
Right.
else, than like another number. That's my take.
And a strong finish there for Vineland as Dom Mercado comes in at a 5:06.37 to take first place here in the 400 freestyle. And Gio Gonzalez extending his lead in lane 5.
Robbie Bono finishing strong in lane 1.
And Robbie takes second as he pumps his fist to Dom in lane 3 at a 5:26.97. So a 1-2 finish here for Vineland. And
Forecasting 1, 2, 3.
Gio Gonzalez, a strong finish here. Takes home third place at a 5:52.54 for the Fighting Clan. Oakcrest in lane 4 goes a 5:56.19. That was a big one for the Fighting Clan to go 1, 2, 3 there and sweep the 400 freestyle without their #1 400 freestyler in the event tonight. Good to know that Coach Sarah Bennett has some depth there in the 400 free. Very impressed by Gio's swim there. You know, early on, Oakcrest had a bit of a lead and just used his turns, used his height to his advantage, and never quit. Every single turn kind of went in there and slowly but surely gained ground and took that lead over, and that's what gives Vineland a 1, 2, 3 finish here in the 400 freestyle. We do have one change here for the girls 200 freestyle relay. For lane 3, it will be Angelina Saltar leading off this relay. It was initially going to be Olivia Elliott, but it is Angelina Saltar leading off, followed by Isabella Saltar going second. Olivia Elliott will now be third in lane 3. And your cousin will be the anchor in lane 3. In lane 5, it's going to be Ariana Frangakis, Lena Smith, Ileana Figueroa, and Leah Macho. And in lane 1, it'll be Devin Shaw, Ariana Garcia, second in lane 1, followed by
Olivia
Smith and Juliana Torres. So the big changes come in lane 3.
This is definitely one of the most exciting events to watch live or even through camera. Very, very exciting.
.200 freestyle relay always gets the people going. It's that sprint relay that
Lots of
the
energy.
The crowd hype, gets the people on deck hype. Like you said, brings lots of energy. 200 freestyle, a little bit of a hiccup there with the starter. But nonetheless, we are underway. It's Angelina Saltar in lane 3. Ariana Frangakis in lane 5.
Across the board, Vineland seems to be having good leads. Lane 1 and lane 4 battling it out right now.
Isabella Saltar now in lane 3. And Lena Smith, the birthday girl, in lane 5. Ariana Garcia in lane 1 for Vineland. Now Olivia Elliott in lane 3. And Ileana Figueroa in lane 5. And Olivia Smith in lane 1.
Olivia Masucci about to enter for lane 3. And Leah Macho about to enter for lane 5.
Should be a good one here.
Let's see what happens.
Little intra-squad. I love when the 200 free relay ends up like that too, when you're kind of racing against your own teammates as well. Great turns by both girls.
Yep.
Strong finish by Leah Macho. And lane 5 for Vineland goes a 2 minutes .08. And lane 3 goes 2 minutes .20. So Vineland will go 1-2 in the 200 freestyle relay. Great finishes there by both Olivia Masucci and Leah Macho. Oakcrest in third place in lane 4 with a 2:19.56. And Vineland in lane 1, a strong finish at a 2:35.81. And they are finishing up in lane 2 for Oakcrest as well.
For the boys 200 free relay, we have Nick Monero leading off lane 3, followed by Cashin Hampton, Michael DeVito, and anchored by Michael Giordino. Lane 5, Dom Mercado, Tyler Chong, Evan Profeta, and Robbie Bono. And in lane 1, Dati Gulani, Colin Chong, Nathan Chong, and Josiah Gomez.
Great finish there by Oakcrest in lane 2. And the boys are underway for the 200 freestyle relay. It's going to be a big one. Oakcrest boys, even when I was swimming, known for sprinting. And they've still got that sprinter's blood in them and know how to produce year after year just a plethora of strong sprinters. So the 200 freestyle relay is definitely a strong point for them. And Vineland's A relay in lane 3 is going to have to earn this one for sure. And one of the better closers I've seen over the past few years is Michael Giardino anchoring this 200 freestyle relay.
Let's see if Vineland can maintain this lead.
It was a good start by Michael DeVito as well. Kind of gained a little bit of an advantage there off the start. Trying to pull away here and give Giardino the opportunity to finish this one out with a strong first place finish. Great start by Giardino. Good underwater kick. But he's going to have to fight. His Oakcrest anchor has had a strong meet in every event he's been in tonight. It's going to be a sprint. Giardino's kick, though,
keeping him up there,
is unmatched. And Vineland's got a strong 25.77 from Michael Giardino as the relay goes 149.42 for Vineland. Oakcrest goes 150.63.
Vineland also finishes third with a 204.86.
Strong final leg there from Robbie Bono to pull up in third. So Vineland will go 1-3 here in the 2 free relay. Oakcrest goes say Vineland finishes in fourth at a 222.46 in lane 1, followed by Oakcrest in lane 2. Which now brings us to the girls 100 backstroke. It'll be Aliana 2 in lane 3, Ava Cohen in lane 5, and Morgan Herron in lane 1.
You have a solid lead for Eliana in lane 3. Lane 5, Ava Cohen pulls out ahead of lane 4. Lanes 2 and lanes 1 are battling it out.
It's Morgan Herron
yep.
for Vineland. Saliana 2 finishing strong here. And Ava Cohen grabs second place with a fantastic finish. Saliana 2 goes 118.77 in lane 3. Ava Cohen a 121.28 for the second place finish in lane 5. Oakcrest with a 122.49 for third place. Oakcrest takes fourth with a 135.08 in lane 2. And Morgan Herron with a 140.03 to
Very good underwaters coming from Nick Monero in lane 3.
There's one thing I know my sister drives home in practice. It's focusing on those underwater kicks, whether it's freestyle, backstroke, or butterfly in particular. Obviously, breaststroke, a different animal when it comes to the underwater kick, a little bit of a different style, but underwater kick is something she takes very seriously and knows how pivotal it can be to winning or losing a race.
Very crucial. Lanes 3 and 4, Nick Monero, and lane 4, Oakcrest, battling it out for this finish.
Nick's got to finish strong. And Oakcrest comes away with a 1:10.58 finish. Nick Monero with a 1:10.90. Oakcrest will also take third at 1:14.78. Vineland in lane 5 was Drew Monero, goes a 1:16.98. And in lane 1 for the Fighting Clan, Michael Pantaleone with a 1:19.74 finish for 5th place. So Vineland goes 2-4-5, Oakcrest goes 1-3. And that brings up the girls 100 breaststroke, as it will be Gabby Brown in lane 3, Angelina Saltar in lane 5, and Elena Bono in lane 1.
Very powerful lead for Gabby Brown in lane 3. Very good underwaters as well.
Gabby's timing has definitely improved from last season, where she was at the end of the year, to now early in this season. Just seeing the difference in her pull for breaststroke, how it complements her kick. It's a big change, and she's improved drastically.
Lots of momentum with every stroke she takes.
Her turns have improved as well. She's looking to finish strong here. And a good finish for Gabby Brown in lane 3 at a 1:25.84. Oakcrest in second place in lane 4 at a 1:27.72. Elena Bono in third place in lane 1 at a 1:36.03. Angelina Saltar in lane 5 with a 1:38.11 to come in fourth. Oakcrest will take 5th in lane 2 at a 1:52.05, and finishing strong in lane 6 with a final time of 2:01.69, which will bring up the boys 100 breaststroke.
For the boys 100 breaststroke, we have Tyler Chong in lane 3, Dante Giulani in lane 5, and Evan Profeta in lane 1.
And the boys 100 breaststroke underway. It's a great start and underwater by Tyler Chong in lane 3.
Let's see how Tyler does on the second turn. He can make any changes.
Oakcrest has an early lead after the first 50. A good turn by Tyler Chong. Evan Profera, who the last swim meet broadcast we had snug out a first place victory for Vineland. Keeping pace with Oakcrest in lane 4 as well. The freshman is off to a strong start to his first year with the Fighting Clan as Oakcrest will take first place in lane 4 to 126.11. Evan Profera with a 128 flat in lane 1 to take second place. 129.43 for third place is Tyler Chong, and in fourth place at a 129.56 is Dante Giuliani. Strong finish by Oakcrest in lane 2 with a 147.16 fifth place finish, and also a strong finish in lane 6 with a 151.20, which will bring us to the final event of the meet for the girls, the girls 400 freestyle relay. In lane 3, it will be, I want to make sure we're correct here. It'll be Emma Negron, Haley Jones, Angelina Saltar, and Rebecca Bermudez. In lane 5, Layla Jeanette, Avari Jordan, Holly Karpolorich, and Elena Bono. And in lane 1, Peyton Russo, Janice Morales, Ariana Garcia, and Devin Shaw. The girls 400 freestyle relay.
Another very exciting event.
They're underway, and like you said, this event definitely has the excitement factor, especially in close meets where it can make or break the entire meet for you. It can be a game winner, or it can kind of slip away. But it is always exciting, always gets the crowd on their feet.
I agree.
Right now for the girls, they have this meet in hand according to the scoreboard. Vineland with a 113-41 lead in this meet before the 400 freestyle relay.
Lane 4 Oakcrest and lane 3 Vineland. Very, very close, neck and neck.
It's Emma Negron right now for Vineland in lane 3. Layla Jeanette in lane 5, and Peyton Russo in lane 1 for Vineland.
Emma pulls out in front of lane 4, and Haley Jones is about to take off.
Good start for Haley, good underwater kick.
Avari Jordan dives in lane 5.
Janice Morales is in lane 1 for Vineland as well. Haley Jones with about 5.5 meter lead right now for Vineland. And lane 5 slowly but surely catching up.
Now lane 5 and lane 4 Oakcrest are neck and neck. Avari Jordan.
It's going to be Angelina Saltar now in the water in lane 3 for the Fighting Clan.
Holly Karpaloric in lane 5. And Ariana Garcia in lane 1.
Getting set to anchor the 4 free relay for Vineland in lane 3 will be Rebecca Bermudez. As Angelina Saltar finishes strong.
About to go in lane 5 is Elena Bono.
Oakcrest in the water, and their anchor off to a strong start. Rebecca Bermudez going to have to turn on the burners.
Great turn from Oakcrest lane 4.
Oakcrest not going down without a fight here in this 400 freestyle relay.
Very intense. Very, neck and neck.
A 30-13 split for Oakcrest anchor there on this first 50 of the 100. Elena Bono in the water for Vineland in lane 5. As Oakcrest pulls ahead. And a strong finish from the anchor in the A relay for Oakcrest. Vineland will come in second in lane 3 with a 5:01.02. Oakcrest time being shown on the scoreboard is not the correct time, as it was pushed prematurely there. Vineland will take third in lane 5 at a 5:19.54. Finishing strong in lane 1, the Fighting Clan as well. Devin Shaw. They go 5:33.02. As we get set for the boys 400 freestyle relay, the final event of this dual meet.
Woo. Lane 3 is Nick Monero, Drew Monero, Don Mercado, and Michael Giordino. Lane 5 is Dominic Martin, Robbie Bono, Michael Pantilion, and Michael DeVito. And lane 1 is Gio Gonzalez, Colin Chong, Nathan Chong, and Josiah Gomez anchoring that relay.
Boys are on the blocks, and score before this 400 freestyle relay gets underway is 92-64. Boys are underway. So both the boys and girls from Vineland on their way to a strong victory here against Oakcrest. Looking to finish strong here in this 400 freestyle relay are the boys.
Lanes 3 and 5 for Vineland off to a very strong start, as well as lane 1, which is very close with Oakcrest lane 4. In the water for Vineland, we have Drew Monero in lane 3, Robbie Bono in lane 5, and Colin Chong in lane 1.
Vineland's A and B relay battling it out with one another. It's always fun being in the 400 freestyle relay. And if you were in the B relay, it's like, all right, boys, let's go beat our A relay. Let's get some bragging rights in practice tomorrow.
I think that's what lane 5 wants right now.
Absolutely.
About to dive in for Vineland lane 3 is Dal Mercado. In lane 5, Michael Pantaleone. Oakcrest lane 4 closes the gap slightly between lane 5. About to dive in for lane 1 Vineland is Nathan Chong.
Boys are finishing strong here in this 400 freestyle relay.
About to dive in lane 3 is Michael Giordino. In lane 5, we have Michael DeVito, Michael squared.
Giordino is saying, lane 5, you're not getting those bragging rights tomorrow at practice.
Very strong kick from lane 3.
DeVito finishing strong in lane 5, heading into his final 50.
Lane 5 was able to extend the gap between Oakcrest lane 4. In Vineland for lane 1, we have Josiah Gomez. Also finishing very strong.
And a great finish there by Michael Giordino in lane 3 as Vineland's A relay goes a 4:15.07. DeVito with a great finish in lane 5 to go 4:24.20 as Vineland goes 1-2 here in this 400 freestyle relay. Oakcrest with a strong finish in lane 4 with a 4:32.80 as their final time with a third place finish. And Vineland and Oakcrest looking to finish strong in both lanes 2 and lane 1.
That was a very powerful way to finish the meet for the boys.
a strong finish in lane 1 by Vineland to wrap up their end of this dual meet. And Oakcrest finishing strong on the final lap here in lane 2. And like you said, that was a strong way to finish out this meet. 92-64 was the score going into this event, so to tackle on some good points there at the end of the meet is always needed.
For sure.
And a great finish there by Oakcrest, and that's going to do it for this dual meet here at Vineland High School, as both the boys and girls will come away with victories here against the Oakcrest Falcons in pretty solid fashion across the board. Lena, your first meet on the broadcast now in the books.
This was an amazing experience. I had a lot of fun. Definitely watching a meet is different than swimming in one, and I enjoyed it.
You brought great analysis. You brought a great energy to the broadcast. It was fun having somebody else alongside me that also knows the sport.
Yeah.
Because for everybody at home that doesn't know, I taught Lena how to swim when she was a kickboarder. So if you think I'm feeling old, you're correct. But it was great having you on the broadcast. Obviously, you're welcome anytime you're home, because it's always fun having our Vineland alumni on these broadcasts. And I think you brought such a fresh perspective, too, from the girls' perspective, the boys' perspective, and every event that you swam, obviously recently, being a graduate last year.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. Always a pleasure. Be sure to subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel, which is where you get every live sporting event broadcast, every event broadcast during the 2023-2024 school year and beyond. Big thank you to our producer, Doug Diola, for producing tonight's broadcast. And congratulations to both the boys and girls varsity swim teams. Big-time wins here over Oakcrest. For Lena Luciano, I'm Kyle Bennett. Thanks for joining us. Best of luck to the swim teams on Wednesday night. We also have basketball going on over at the 11-12 building, which will be broadcast on Wednesday night here on the YouTube channel, so be sure to tune in then. But we will see you for the next one here at the pool. Congratulations once again to the Fighting Clan, boys and girls, on their victories. Everybody have a safe and wonderful Monday night, and we'll see you next time.